a 15-year-old girl might be like, do you know what? I really like what Amanda's doing.
And trust me, I've had 15-year-old girls DMing me, Amanda, how do I get followers? I'll be like, you better be asking me how to start a business. Don't ask me how to get followers. Don't ask me how to get followers. Jesus had 12 followers and still managed to change the world.
You're one of those influencers where the guys just call you out, call you out and stuff.
Put some respect on my fucking name. First of all, if I was one of those influencers, I wouldn't be here right now.
It's like I'm the last of the real. It's like I'm the last of the real.
What do you mean, you people?
Okay, so what's your at name for your personal account?
Amir Ibra, AmirIbrah. It's just me smiling in the...
What country are you from?
Iraq.
Bomba Club.
Yeah, man.
Are you actually? Yeah. Iraqian?
Iraqi.
Or is it Iranian?
Iraqian.
Is it Iraqian?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Are you taking a piss? Because I'm mad gullible.
No, it's actually Iraqian, you're right.
Okay, well.
And we speak Arabian.
Arab Nights. Sorry. That was my intrusive thoughts.
This is how I'm going to be when I'm old.
So wait, you're from Iraq. Bruv. What's the meaning? Give me a song right now. What's your favourite song right now? Hurry up. Hurry up.
Name a song.
Quick.
No. The one with Drake and Kim K on the cover. What's that song called? Search and Rescue.
What's it called?
Search and Rescue.
Search and Rescue.
Search and Rescue. Oh my God, you're hilarious.
No, because my man really said Search and Rescue. I was like, what? I thought you would say Saatchi Gallery.
Take it from me.
Ooh.
Famous as me.
We're fucking adorable.
Yeah, I told you. Did you share it?
Did
you share it?
My
cameraman is black. My guest is black.
Come on.
This whole community here is run by black people. Support the black community.
Okay,
Listen. You told me that you're a fan of Neo, right?
I am.
Okay. And for the first time ever last week, I saw his hairline.
I lie. I was gonna say, like, did you not watch Stomp the Yard?
I saw Neo without the hat. My friend showed me a picture of Neo without the hat. Oh,
how have you never seen Neo without his hat? So you've never watched any movie that he's in? I mean, I think it's only Stomp the Yard. What other movie?
Is he only in that movie? Amanda Char. Oh my God. There is no way. He looks like it's Alien vs Predator.
No, stop it. Do you know what?
Alien vs Predator.
Listen, we got to focus on the talent. If everyone focused on the appearance in general...
So what haven't I made it yet? No, don't do that. That's bad. Don't do that.
Moment of silence.
Don't do that.
I was trying to think of the answer. I feel like... Okay, so my question is, what's your definition of making it? Like, what you said, I haven't made it yet.
Actually...
What does that mean?
Yeah. Is it low bat?
What does that mean to you? Anyone want Haribo? Haribo?
My idea of making it...
Wait, I've got a question.
Alright, go on.
Do you do intros?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Really?
But would you like an intro?
I mean...
Ladies and gents, we have Amanda Char.
You're taking the piss out of me.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave a little sitcom applause. I'm going to leave that in the back.
Listen, you got to let them know who's on your pod today.
Introduce the camera's yours.
Nah, you introduce me, bruv.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Amanda Char. The one and only Amanda Char. Are you crazy? How can you not know who Amanda Char is?
You're taking the piss. To be fair, a lot of people don't, and I like that.
We'll get to know.
Nah, fam. If you don't know, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. It's okay. That's their splat, baby. It's okay. Like, if you know, you know. And that's how I like to keep my shit. Like, I don't want to be known by everybody.
But I thought you wanted an intro.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I want an intro, but I don't want to be known by everyone. You said, how can you not know Amanda Char? I'm just normal, regular, schmegular, degular. Regular, degular, schmegular.
No, I want to answer that question with the idea of what? Making it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think there's like a definite answer. It's what you think it is. Do you know what I mean?
No, but you literally just said, Amir, why haven't I made it yet? And I want to know what's your definition.
But that was just...
Because I was going to answer you. I was going to give you the possible reasons why... you maybe not have made it yet. The first thing I was going to say is timing is everything.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You know, like, so maybe you haven't made it because you still got to build your character and certain things like that. But that's why I wanted to know, like, what's your definition of making it? Because if someone asks me, what's my definition of making it, it has nothing to do with glitz and glam. It's being peaceful and being at whole and being happy with myself. So that's my definition of making it. So what's your definition of making it? Huh?
But I actually agree with you though. It's timing. I've thought about this many times.
Yeah.
With time, if you just keep it consistent, it will come.
Yeah, consistency is definitely key.
Absolutely.
But like also like, I feel like we just live in a time where like people think the day you plant the seed is the day you eat the fruit. It's like you really have to like water your plant. And you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. As much as that sounds cliche as fuck.
I bet if you were born around the time they built the flipping dome, you'd have been like,
no, but seriously though, like it wasn't. But I'm pretty sure the dome is still there. I lie.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you know, this is what I'm always telling my brother as well. Like once you've gone clear, that's it. There's no coming back. Like you've gone clear. That's it. Well, I mean, yeah. But like, just don't fumble. Don't fumble yourself and know who your people are as well. So all of this time that you have before you've blown is where you need to be thinking, okay, who are my people? Who fucks with me just because, and who fucks with me for real? Like who's gonna...
And I said this to Craig Mitch, people know who you are, they just don't want to talk.
Oh, of course.
But why is that?
Because that's just...
It's a community. Why can't we just all support each other? I don't like that though. Why? My friend told me I'm the only one who thinks like this.
No, you
my
don't.
Community, like I'm the type of person, I like to bring everyone together as a community, but no one wants to like take the first step. They're too scared. It's jarring.
I think it's just like a mixture of things. I feel like people don't like sharing opportunities. I also feel like people are always in this constant state of mind of comparison. They're always like comparing themselves, like, so, and they don't want, I don't know, I just feel like people want you to win but just not at your table. Like they're very like, you know,
don't want to be
as soon as like they maybe look at you as a threat, then that's when you probably are not going to feel the support. Because I don't know, like it's normal. Yeah, this is a community and everyone should be quick to come together. And it's funny because there's I feel like there's a big part of the industry that acts like we are together and we do support each other and stuff, but at the same time, in the same light, I've seen, you know, people just step on each other to get to whatever it is. I don't know. I honestly feel like I watch people like go broke trying to look rich. Like I said, I'm here for the realness. Like I don't care if you lot are weirdos. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's the game, innit?
But it's also like people having that mindset of, I want to be the first to do it. I don't want to be in part of that group, because I think there was a time when I wanted someone on this podcast and they had like quite a few followers. I'm not going to mention their name, but they were like, they didn't want to be on it. I asked my other friend, I'm like, why would he not be on the podcast? And do you know what he said to me? He's like, I'm going to be real with you. What's in it for him? Because he's bigger than me in this industry. So he's like, what's in it for him? And I was like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is, it's the community. It's not about a competition thing. It's a community, and also we're both from the same place.
I don't feel like, maybe he looked at it as not as if like it's a competition, but it's like, okay, so am I gonna get exposure from this? Is this like what brand endorsements are gonna come from this? You know, I feel like a lot of people think like that.
It's a support system.
Do you know what? It's kind of difficult because, you know, I started this, like, okay, with influencing. That's something that I started way before the word was even a thing. Like, when I was doing it, it was just, oh, yeah, that's that model with Instagram. And I remember when I first started up, like, a lot of brands would just gift me and I'd just be getting gifted and gifted and gifted. But I didn't realise, wait, I could actually be getting paid as a creative. And I feel like it's only in the past couple of years where creatives are like, wait, hold on, it's time that I actually start having my check. And if you're someone like me that dropped out of uni and you really don't have no backup plan, you know, you want to start charging for what you're worth. So I feel like that's probably where it came from. I wouldn't necessarily take it to heart. I'm chatting shit. I would definitely take it to heart and be like, cool. I'm like, when I blow, remember you said you didn't want to come on this, you better keep that energy, rude boy. But what I would tell to the younger generation, be better than me and, you know, hustle with humility. Hustle with humility.
Yeah.
You have to. It's so important. Because I've literally seen, you know, you just never know, you know, like your boss today could be your employee tomorrow. So you need to like really just...
That hit enough.
It's true though.
Your
you
boss
need to
today could be your
employee tomorrow. It's true.
Yo.
Like you just don't know.
Remember the time when...
Right. So you really just gotta, you know, that's why with me personally, I just try my hardest to like, just make sure I'm always giving up positive energy, good vibes. Like I met you today and it's like, that's all I care about is as long as like you can say, no, do you know what, man's is a good vibe. That's all I care about, you know? So yeah, but not everyone's like me. So yeah.
You see, okay, well, see, like, how long when did you actually start being in the industry then? Because I want to ask you something. When was it like, okay, I'm in this now?
I want to say 2016.
Oh, that's early on.
Yeah, that's what I said. I can big up my chest and say I'm one of the blueprints. I can't lie.
Bruh.
The biggest people know exactly who I am. Like I can go and see like the biggest people in this industry.
Yeah.
When they see they'll know exactly who I am. As much as people like to
be
you know.
honest-
Let me tell you something about this industry. You inspire people that pretend not to see you. That's just what it is. People
And
will literally turn
I
a blind
don't
eye.
like that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that shit. It pisses me off. You know who I am, so fucking reach out. Reach out.
It's just
let's
the game,
collaborate.
my
Let's
guy.
talk. Oh,
It's
no,
the game.
man's trying to
It's the
trying to be
game
the
that
first
we
to do
live
it, man. I
in.
don't know, man's on these. Shut up.
It's the game we live in. So I want to say like 2016 was when I did my very first music video. It was for Mr. Easy. It was Hold Up. Hold Up. I don't know if you guys remember that song. And then my second video was Malik Berry's Control. And obviously I was just being a chocolate darling that I am. Period. Because that's when, you know, people were like, oh, the dark skins. Yeah, like that's when I feel like they started to actually clap for our beauty, you know? It was a Pretty Little Lighties thing for a long time. And then
they were like, do you know what,
at one point
actually?
it was just like, yeah, let's just get all the melanin in. So my very first music video was in 2016. That was for Mr. Easy. And obviously for Mr. Easy being my first music video was amazing. And obviously that was at the time where like Skin Tight had just dropped and things like that. So that was a very big time for Mr. Easy at the time. And then my second music video, which I only shot like a month after the first one, was Malik Berry's Control. And then, you know, that's what really, not put him on a map, but really gave that like, yeah, I'm Malik Berry. Because I think prior to that, he was only known for being Wizkid's producer. So once I was in like 2 of those videos, a lot of people were like, oh, okay, the tall dark skin thing. Yeah. I'm just like, it's Amanda. My name is Amanda. But yeah, that's when I feel like I was like in the industry because I was around all of them people. That's when I first met Wizkid at Malik's house in 2016.
I got a confession.
My confession.
I got a confession.
Hold on.
This is my confession. I met Wizkid and had a full-on conversation with him, but I didn't realize it was Wizkid.
It happens. That was probably the best convo ever, though.
I was chatting to him until a girl ran up to him and was like, did you know who that was? I was like, don't know, some brother. She's like, it was Wizkid.
When was this?
Yeah.
When was this?
It was like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, because he's not really I mean, if you don't listen to him.
Because I went to go visit, I think it was a record studio. I think it was like Warner Brothers Studios or some shit.
Okay, dope.
I was in reception and he came downstairs with his crew and then we were just chatting. I was like,
dope.
and then she was like,
yeah, he's cool, man. I feel like maybe because he's always high, innit?
yeah, maybe. Is he always high?
I've realised that people that are always high, they don't really have, like, they're just like, ooh. I think so. I don't really know.
Is Drake ruining the song for J Hus?
I think J Hus knew that he had to get Drake on that track.
He doesn't need him.
Because first of all, his J Huss's first song back, Demon in Me. I rebuke that in the mighty name of Jehovah. Okay, Jehovah. And I remember, listen, let me tell you something. When that first track dropped, yeah. J Hus was getting cancelled. He was on the verge of it, the verge of it. Because why are you saying demon in me, Satan in me?
Cancelled for the song.
Yeah, like UK were doing cancel culture low key. They were like, ma'am, like we don't care. Like we should already know that we live in a place where we don't care about if you've just spent 10 years in the game. If you're shit, you're shit, fam. If we cancel you, we're getting you cancelled. Same way, look at Octavian. Octavian is so fucking talented. As soon as that shit came out with his girlfriend at the time, boom, cancel culture. Has his career been back on track? Nope. So literally, when that first song came out,
I reckon he'll make a comeback though.
Everyone was saying
100%.
Everyone was
100%.
saying this is not the Hus we want. No, like why da. And I'm pretty sure he saw that and said, hold on, let me get champagne papi champagne to jump on it. And he knew what he was like. It makes sense, because again, if he was smart, why wasn't Told You About Man? Why didn't that track drop first? Because the track before that was only about 10 days before.
To me, I feel like I think he
long.
wanted to see how people would react. I think he was like, let me test the waters a little bit. Let me drop this first.
Nah, he knows. Nah.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing
like
something
Drake,
trend on TikTok about Young Bane.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
That sounded hard. So that's why I don't think he needed Drake. I'm not gonna lie. I think that Young Bane verse.
But that's my point. When Drake came on the track, I rolled my eyes. When do I ever roll my eyes?
Hold on. Drake,
I can't like.
my guy, innit?
Yeah, Drake.
Yeah, he's sick. I get it. Yeah.
But I feel like,
Yeah.
to be honest, I haven't even listened to the whole song, because there's just something in me that just doesn't like to listen to things when they first come out.
There's something
or
in her.
watch
The demon
things
in
that
her.
first come out. Like I'm just one of those weirdos. Like if everyone's watching something, I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Hipster.
No, do you wanna fight? It's not that I'm trying to be a hipster. I just don't like follow fashion. I don't like doing what everyone's doing, because I feel like everyone's.
What if everyone's doing something and you actually kind of like?
It's a chic, yeah, but it's a chic thing. So I try to force myself not to. It's like, cause the way I look at it, it's like you lot are liking this because everyone else is liking it, not because you like it. And I don't want to get lost in the sauce.
But think about it. You're not liking something just because everyone else is liking something.
Pretty much.
I think that's a bit madder.
Okay, well, let me be madder, because I prefer to be madder than to be a black sheep. I'm not trying to be a sheep, fam. Like everyone's just doing the same shit, talking the same thing. Like I can't be bothered. That's why I didn't do the. Oh, I shouldn't talk about that.
No, so
the podcast.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I can't. I don't want to put him on.
No, you don't have to name it, but you can just explain like the ethos behind it.
No, because they're gonna know exactly that I'm talking about them.
Look, it gets a bit repetitive. That's the point. Sometimes when people have podcasts, they talk about one topic and it just gets repetitive. That's what it is. And it's just
I mean, yeah,
it's
like we
too
just want,
niche,
yeah,
man.
like we just
I
want
don't like
a fresh air. I just want fresh air, but it depends what you're on. Like you see me, I like growing. I like growing as a person. So it's like, if I'm tuning into a podcast, what am I going to gain from that? I can have a laugh. And this is what we were saying in the car. I feel like there's different types of podcasts, or there's three. One for entertainment, another for education, and then one for entertainment and education. Anything that's outside of that, I'm not gonna tap in. Like, I'm not gonna tune in. Like, I have a very short attention span as well. Sometimes.
So you like with you, it's like you need a podcast where
like what am I
talk about everything and anything, just anything.
Yeah, like you can talk about anything, but
you can't like
is it purposeful?
And you can't divert yourself to other topics. It has to be.
No, not at all. Like I can definitely divert, but it's like as long as whatever topic what we're on has some sort of purpose, or it's like, I don't know, maybe this is the teacher in me, because I don't know if you knew this, but my last job was actually primary school teaching. I was teaching for the past 3 years, teaching performing arts to receptions to year sixes. So I always try, and teaching something like performing arts where it's literally like you're a fucking pansy and you're singing, you're acting, you're dancing, but I still try and make sure that even if we're doing why are we doing that? What does a circle of life mean, act? Like, it's not just from the day we have. Okay, we get it.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like, what does that mean? Like, what does? And then, you know, that's when you could start teaching about loyalty. You could start teaching about family. You could start teaching about certain things like that. You know, so I don't know.
What was it like being a teacher?
It was fulfilling and it was healing for me.
It's really, in what way?
So I lost my best friend in 2020.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fucking tragic. Like, and I was literally on the phone to him 2 days before he died. And what's crazy is that maybe like 3 weeks before he died, my Instagram got hacked. So this Insta that you see, this is my second account. So my Insta got hacked on about 80K. And then I was just offline. Like, I didn't see anything. I was just like, yeah, fuck this, whatever. It was so depressing because, you know, that was my income, full income at the time. And I got so depressed. I got depressed to the point where I remember Googling one day how to cure depression. And it said, get a pet. And that's exactly what I done. Like, the next day, the same day I went on Gumtree, was at Puppies for Sale in London. I saw like a litter of Sprocker Spaniels that were in Romford. Yeah. Hit them up. I was like, yo, video call me. Let me see this dog right now. Da, 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 da. I went and picked up the dog the next day. And literally I was like, I felt like, oh, wait, this actually can help. Like, this is helping. And then I remember like FaceTiming Chris and I was like, Chris, like, I got a dog. Da, da, da. And then like 2 days went by. And then like my friend Becca texted me and was like, oh, Amanda, I'm so sorry. Again, I'm offline. I'm not seeing nothing. I'm just like, for what, please? Like, and I remember so specifically, like, 15 minutes before she texted me, I was doing a TikTok, Corvette, I happen to motherfucker, because this is this was like fresh pandemic. Everyone was inside, everything cool. She texted me. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like, for what? Like, what are you talking about? And then she was like, oh my gosh, you don't know I feel sick. How was that your next text? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Because at this point, you're giving me anxiety. I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, oh, Chris died. And I was like, what Chris? And I remember in the moment, I was genuinely asking, like, what Chris? Because it can't be my Chris. I was just on the phone to him, like, what are you talking about? And then she said 10 toes. And as soon as she said 10 toes, I called his mum. That was the first person I called. I called his mum. My mother wasn't picking up. Thinking, that's suspicious. That's weird. So I call his little brother. This is my best friend. So all of his family call. I have them saved. So I'm there like, nah. So I call as no answer. That's when it got a bit like, okay, this is weird. And then I went online and I started to see stuff. And I was just like, no, until I hear a confirmation that I can be like, all right, cool. It's cap. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not, like, even the way he apparently passed away was just ridiculous. He was a professional football player. So it's like, I'm hearing, he just died in his sleep. He just died. I'm just thinking, the kid was healthy. Like, he didn't do drugs. He didn't drink like that. Like, he was a healthy kid. And then I called his cousin, who was based in Manchester. And I was just like, Timber, what am I hearing, bruv? He's like, Amanda, bro's gone. I'm just like, huh? Like, I'm still like trying to like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, I literally, and I feel it's crazy because, so my dad passed away when I was 2, and then my grandma passed away when I was 16. But when Chris passed away, that was the first time I felt a loss. Like, it was crazy. Like, I don't know, because again, dad dying at 2 is like, you don't even know. I can't remember. So it's like, okay, whatever. And then my grandma died at 16, and this was my mum's mum, and she lived with us. So this was like the first death that really hit home. But I remember at the time, I was thinking, she was always going to die. That was grandma. It's grandma. But she was 62 at the time. Very young for a grandma. 62 is very young. Like, I know parents that are 62 for fuck's sake. So, you know, I didn't deep it either. I was just like, yeah, whatever. But when bro died, I was like, what?
I think it was someone who was very, very close to you.
What?
It's because it's someone that you saw all the time.
It was just weird. Yeah. So when you asked me, you know, how was teaching for you? And I said it was healing. I was so broken. And I feel like, obviously there's I don't want to say there's levels to brokenness, but I feel like I didn't get the support that I expected. And I don't know, maybe it's because, and I just had to take accountability. These past couple of years, I've been heavy on taking accountability because growing up, I always felt that I was the right one. Because I'm just like, because in my head, I make sense. But then in everyone else's head, they also make sense. So, you know, accountability is something that everyone needs to be able to take, you know. So at the time where I just felt like, yo, like I don't have the support, I had to like ask myself, okay, mans, why do you feel like this? And one of the reasons is because I just feel like I'm a giver. I give, whether that's energy, whether that's advice, whether that's conversation, whether that's money, whether it could be whatever. I'm a giving person. Even like doing performing arts, because that's my background. I did it in uni, everything, and like even doing that, it's like you could be depressed, but if you have to go out and perform, you have to go out and perform. Like, and I just feel like my whole life was always for like the entertainment of others or to like help others, and I was really pouring into others, which I thank God for, because I'm grateful that I can be this person. But then now where it's like I needed to be poured into. So when it got to a point where I feel like I needed to be poured into, I didn't feel that support. And for some weird reason, I felt like I couldn't ask for it. I felt like I couldn't call my friend and be like, hey, like, can you just like come and sit with me as I cry? Like I felt so like I'm the strong one. I'm the one that people go to. Yeah. Like, so you have to, mans, you gotta just get over it type of thing. And I pretty much dismissed my feelings. But through that, I was trying to find new ways to heal. And remember, I had just been hacked. So it's like my whole world just got shaken. I was just what is going on right now? So in terms of like the hack and, you know, what I did to double back from that was I started a business, which is the eyewear line, Visions. And, you know, some people are like, oh my God, like you've got an e-commerce. I'm like, I started that shit because I was healing. I needed something to focus on because I'm a busybody. I can't sit still because then I was sitting with my thoughts, and my thoughts are not always nice to me. So I like to be active. I like to keep myself busy. And then, yeah, I just thought to myself, do you know what? Let me go teach some kids. Because I still have this energy. Because what happened is that like when he died and I felt like overlooked, I started to have this energy where it's like, do you know what, fuck everyone. I'm not going to continue being this nice person and, you know, doing this and doing that. But then I don't want to change who I am. And then that's where, you know, perspective came in. I was like, okay, mans, instead of like always nurturing these dead plants, how about you go and nurture the future? And that's where it kind of came about. I started to look into it. And then, yeah, that September, I started teaching. It's crazy because, you know, we buried Chris on July 7th and then Nicole died July 11th. So it's like, I had just, my friends were just falling like flies. And I'm just like, okay, this is weird. And again, like you would think that people around me would be like, oh, wait, Amanda just lost 2 friends. Let's try and be there for her. That's not how I felt. But thank God for my dog that, like, you know, she really had my back. And it's true what they say, pets do cure depression, for real. You know, but I started teaching, got a dog, and yeah, just started to like water myself.
I think when you're alone and you don't rely on anybody else for healing or comfort, I feel like it makes you a better person and it makes you stronger.
It does.
And that alone time must have, 1, taught you a lot, and 2, made you a stronger person.
Yeah, it taught me a lot. I was gonna say that it taught me a lot, but it was definitely a bittersweet time. It's not like it was that fun because as a person, I'm very bubbly. I like going out. I like doing this. I like doing that, and I felt like I had to like close myself, and it was kind of hard because I was just trying to differentiate, okay, am I adulting, am I being anti, like it's just, and again, because I'm the strong one, I don't really talk to people, but But that's changed now because I got myself a therapist. I've been in therapy since the end of 2020, and it's made me so much like, okay, I can breathe, because it's like I had all of these like emotions and bottled up thoughts, and I'm just thinking, and I don't like burdening people. So even like when bro had just died, I remember trying so hard to be there for his mum, trying to be there for his brothers, trying to be there for his cousins, like sorting out funeral arrangements, just make sure everyone else is good.
I wanted to ask you, did his family think you were being a burden, or did they think you're a burden?
Definitely not. I feel like they think I'm just an angel, honestly.
Yeah.
I remember like, I think it was like a week after his funeral, I went out to eat with his dad.
Yeah.
Just me and his dad.
Swear, how was that?
It was, remember, I lost my dad. So it's like, I call him dad. Like I call him dad, you know. Yeah. So, and it felt special because, you know, like I know that he didn't take any of his other friends to go out to eat, and you know, I just made myself available, and I'm not saying no one else did. They definitely all did, but I think because the relationship I had with him was just me and him, whereas with like his other friends, for example, more time it was like a group thing, or his college girls or whatever. But like with me, it was just me and bro. Like that was just my bro, you know. But yeah, like 2020 was ridiculous. 2021 was even more ridiculous. 2022 was like the year where I was just like, okay, this is your reality now. You can't change the past. The future is out of your hands. So just be present, you know, take every day as it comes. It's normal. Grief, I'm always telling people, like, grief is like waves. Sometimes you surf and sometimes you drown. And that's it. Like, I'm not going to tell anybody, yeah, it's going to get better. It's not going to get better. You're just going to find new ways to cope. And yeah, like, you just got to live for them. Do you know what I mean?
What's the best way to cope for you right now?
The best way to cope for me right now, I would say, is being present. I have this thing of, or I used to have this thing of not being present. And I feel like depression comes from you living in the past, and anxiety comes from you living in the future. So I feel like it's very important to be able to be present. You woke up this morning. Think like, focus on today. Yeah. A wise man once said, if tomorrow never comes. Yeah, because deadass, if tomorrow don't come, you're stressing over something that you don't even know is coming yet. So focus on today, like be present. And by you being present, life is going to feel so much better. Like you're just stressing over things you can't see. Like so many people, if you like look at majority of people, they're stressing over the unknown. Because when I'll be like, okay, what's the problem now? I'll ask them, have you got food to eat? They'll say yes. Have you got a roof over your head? I work in central London. There's enough people that don't have roofs over their head. I just got back from LA. There's enough people that don't have roofs over their head. You get me? Have you got water to drink? You got a little change in your pocket? Shit could be worse. Life is about perspective. Like, life is about perspective, and that's one thing that I've learned, you know. And I always just try and look at life from a bird's eye view, you know. When you look at life from a bird's eye view, you can see the troubles, but you can also see the triumph. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you just got to change your perspective, but you also need to realize that you're a product of your environment, and you are who you surround yourself with. If you're around negative people that are just not doing fuck all, or they're depressed, then by all means, everyone gets depressed. You're allowed to be depressed, but a bad day doesn't mean a bad life. What are you doing to come out of that? If you're not doing anything, it's just going to have a domino effect. And that's one thing that I had to be a bit more selfish with my presence, because I was realizing that I walk into rooms and I'm uplifting people, but who the fuck is uplifting me? And I thank God that, you know, I come from a place where I'm able, like, I'm very self-sufficient. Like, I come from a strong woman that came from a strong woman. My mum lost her dad when she was 16. So it's like, it's inevitable, you know, but yeah, perspective is very, very important.
I've realized, like, the worst things that happen in people's lives, it makes them, like, so much stronger. And I feel like in my life, it hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you've been through so much. Like, in my like from my experience, I have not experienced death within friendship or within like family members. I haven't reached, like, God forbid, in it. Like, I have not been there yet.
And I don't wish that upon you, because it's not nice.
Yeah,
it's not nice.
It's not, but it's like those moments are a big lesson, and it's a big like perspective on life as well.
Yeah.
And I have with me as well. Seeing and having that experience is what will give me that click. Yeah. And be like, yo.
I don't know. I'd like to beg to differ low key, because I don't feel like you need to go through it. I'm always telling people you can always learn from other people's mistakes.
But that's just me being narrow-minded sometimes. It's like I got to be in the moment for me to just to actually understand.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you right now. There's nothing good that comes from grief. There's not growth, not healing, not like nothing good comes from grief. So if you think, I'm gonna lose someone and that's gonna make me appreciate life more, nah. Only you can make you appreciate life more, because you could, like me, for example, at one point, and this is why I had to check into therapy, because I got diagnosed with PTSD. And, you know, at one point when Chris died, and then after Nicole died, I think it was after Nicole's funeral, I was there like, fuck this, like, what the fuck is this? Like, and, you know, in 2019, I was actually suicidal. And death is not something that I fear, like, at all. I know it's kind of mad to say, but it's like, it's the only thing that's promised. So it's like, why are you fearing something that's going to happen, regardless if it happens tomorrow or in 99 years? It's gonna happen. So it's like, you know, I feel like you don't need to go through grief to recognize how precious life is. Like, you woke up this morning, like, go central London and see all of them people that are there begging for bread, then you'll know how precious life is. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to. And
that realization only happens for a split second, and then you're like back to reality.
Yeah.
Like, I've got more problems to worry about.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's about perspective, but like, it also is a routine thing as well. Like, I had to remind myself every day. Like, I have like notes in my room where it's like affirmations, like, because we're all human. Like, you could be sad on Monday. That doesn't mean that you're gonna be happy on Tuesday. You might still feel a bit of sadness, and then Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and that's why I go back to the point of, you are who you surround yourself with. It's easier, like, if you are having a shit day, but you're around people that are like, come on, gang. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's okay, but, you know, if at first you don't succeed, like, you just gotta be able to. So that's what I would say. Like, if you do feel like shit's getting a bit like, change your friends. Like, make sure you're around, like, because everybody needs somebody, and you're human. Like, you're not meant to be strong all the time. And this is something that I've had to tell myself. Like, me telling you this is me telling myself. Like, I had to really be like, man's like, you're allowed to cry, hun.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
you're allowed to, like, be sad.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just came from a place where it's like, you can't be sad. And I remember, I can't lie, I think it's the performing arts, because I was literally doing musical theatre for like 3, 4, 5 years, and there was days I was actually gutted, and I had to wipe my tears and go and sing, like, and act like the sun will come out tomorrow. And I just, it's almost like I've been programmed to suppress my feelings. And I had to, there's so many things that you learn, but there's certain things that you need to unlearn as well. And I feel like that was one thing that I definitely had to unlearn. But life is good.
It's good. It's good.
And life could be worse.
It could be worse. It could be worse. Why do we like overthink? Or why do we worry so much about things that are not human nature? But it's weird,
is human nature.
Man. It's so weird.
Do you know what? I feel like,
like my friend, I applied for a job one time, and I always had this what if moments. What if I don't get it? What if I don't get it? My friend was like, Amir,
so
stick to fucking plan A. If it doesn't happen, then make the plan B. Well, don't think about plan B straight away when you haven't even.
But what did I just say about like how like so many of us are like worrying about the unknown? You literally just said, what if we don't know. So being present is like,
you're doing plan B, but you're worried about C. It's like, it doesn't make sense.
But I feel like there's good and there's bad that comes out of it. The good thing is, by you worrying shows that you want to be successful, and you do have this like pressure on yourself where it's like, I want to make it. So that's good, because there's a lot of people that are like really like living off bursary and universal credit and just vibes, bruv. Trust me, Magnum and vibe, that's it. So it's like, it's good, but it's like, you also need to, depending on how great you want to be in life, go and look at the great people and see when exactly did they get their breakthrough? Steve Harvey, for example, that nigga got his breakthrough at 40 years old. Oprah, I think she was at 37.
Samuel Jackson, late in this.
These men were really like old. Even 2 Chainz, if we want to talk music, he was in his like 30s, like mid 30s, not mid, maybe like 33, 34. Yeah, where it's really like, okay, so again, perspective and just being present. That's like the main thing. Like I tell people is just try your hardest to focus on now.
Yeah.
Like
it's
what
never
are your
too late.
plans?
Stop
Yeah,
rushing and
yeah.
stop. Like it's not. It's like when I had Billy the Goat on. I haven't released it yet, but he was like, Skeptic's in his 40s, and it's like he just reached that peak.
Yeah,
My man's 40.
yeah.
And he's got so much impact on the fashion industry, the
Yeah.
music industry. He's like he has influenced so many people, and he's just reached that point, and he was never like this before.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So if you're saying Skepta's 40, if we want to talk about BBK times, yeah, that was probably him, what, 28?
Yeah, maybe.
29?
Yeah.
Shorty, I like BBK. When did Need Some More Boys in here? That was probably like, I don't know. Because if you're saying 40 again,
So
like...
late 20s or so, yeah.
Because me, that was like us growing up. Because you said you're 27. So growing up, that was really like the garage, the funky, the Channel U era. He was definitely over 25 when he had his come up. And then if we want to talk about the song that really put him on the map, it's Shutdown. Shutdown is what really put him on the map. Unless like you were like the grime head or whatever, you really knew about Skeppy. To everyone else, it was, I'm gonna bring my doors 2 by 2 when I'm walking the arc. Was that not just like 7 years ago?
And in
6
some
years ago?
people's eyes, like, yeah, he went clear, but it was like in some people's eyes, that was like, that's it.
Exactly.
There's no upwards from here. But it's like, I'm 40 now. Look at me now.
Yeah. I think just cut yourself some slack.
Literally.
But just have your plan and stick to it.
How was your birthday, by the way? How was LA?
LA was good.
Yeah.
LA was really good.
You were
I'm
there
always
for
there.
a very long time.
I was.
Was it?
I'm always there.
Was it planned? Was it?
Yeah, it's planned. So
Yeah.
I am actually living there now. Yeah.
Huh?
Hi, surprise. Yeah, I have like a crib there and everything set good like the ice in the freezer. Yeah, like any fucking time. Real talk.
Where in
Real
LA?
talk. Like Burbank, which is like LA,
yeah,
downtown LA.
yeah.
But like, yeah, we'll talk about this like off this thing. But like for Coachella next year,
Oh, you went this year, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless she in the year before that shit. But yeah, we could do the pod. Like you could take the pod to there because you can get press. They love shit like that. Like if you come as like I'm a creative and you got a cameraman, yeah, you and English and you're British, yeah, you man. It's like
Oh yeah, this is for the BBC.
it's like no, you'll be alright. Say I make trace.
Why the move? Why the move?
Why not?
Yeah, no. But like,
Do you know what's
crazy? No.
crazy?
But it's a big jump.
It's not for me. It's not. The first time I actually went to LA was when I was 14. I think a lot of people.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not new to this. I really be.
LA is your place.
Yeah, so I
Swear.
had been. The full story is just too long. It's just too long.
Long story short, that shit.
Yeah, long story short. So the first time I went to Cali, I was 14 years old. I actually got scouted. Remember, I did acting and singing and dancing. Yeah, that's
14.
right. So I got scouted.
Whoa.
And I remember because I had gone out with a family friend that wasn't my legal guardian. There was just nothing I could do. But I did say, let's keep in contact. I'm coming back when I'm 16. Come back when I'm 16 because that's when you're like a little adult there, right? So I had, as promised, I was in touch with an agent. Her name is Imelda. Oh, I love you, Imelda. But yeah,
Imelda.
So, Imelda, yeah. So she was.
Of course, that's an agent's name.
She was my agent. She was my agent.
Contact
and
her.
My flight was booked to go when I turned 16, and it was like 13 days before the flight. My grandma died, which was my mum's mum, the one that lived in the house. And I I just couldn't leave my mum. Like, I just like was like, oh, this is absolutely ghetto. Like, what the hell? So I couldn't leave her, which is annoying because, like, you know, obviously 16 is when you leave school and then you do the college, and I was obviously gonna do drama school out there for 2 years, high school, whatever, cool. So for the 2 years, 16, 17, I stayed in London. I did theatre for my first year, musical theatre for my second, and then I went to uni at 18, did performing arts there, and then I dropped out. I dropped out of uni, and that's when I started to get a lot of modelling opportunities. So I was like, all right, cool, let's kind of see. So LA kind of got put on a back burner. And I was like,
this is at 14, yeah?
This was at 14, but now we're at 18. Now
why
at
is it strange
18.
to me that a 14-year-old would have a modelling contract?
No, that was for acting.
Okay.
That was for acting.
Oh, Jesus
at performing
Christ.
arts. No.
Imelda?
No. That was literally for acting and dance and stuff. I could have been on Disney Channel. But so 18 come, and then, you know, I went to uni, dropped out of uni, and then a lot of modelling opportunities came, and then fast forward about 2 years, that's when I started doing the influencing stuff. And then I got my very first Pretty Little Thing contract, and that was with the LA team. Like, it was the LA team that reached out to me.
Yeah.
But I remember my family, we did a trip to LA when I was 16, like just after grandma died. Was like, right, let's just go on like a family trip, whatever. So it was literally my mum, my 2 brothers. We went for 2 weeks, so fun, came back, cool. And then, yeah, like I said, started inserting myself in the industry. And then my contract with PLTs with the LA team. And before you know it, it was like every little thing, I was getting called back. Like, it was like the calling was back in LA, and then I got my Revolve ambassador contract. They're based in LA. So it just got a bit like...
Why do you think that was? Aside from the looks, was it like...
I'm just meant to be there right now.
So they said, London, who that?
No, I think it's just part of my calling. Like, I'm just meant to be there. So I don't know if you believe in all of that, but
it wasn't about the modelling. It was just like
that's where I'm meant to be at that present moment in time. That's how I see life, innit? Like, it's just a calling. It's like, this is where you're meant to be. And there were certain things that weren't working out for me in London, and I always used to kind of like look at myself like, why isn't this working out? Maybe because it's not meant to. Maybe because you're not meant to be here. Yeah. And it's crazy because every time I went to Cali, the opportunities were insane. But I would be in my city and I'm feeling overlooked. I'm feeling like pushed aside. But then I go over there and it's like I'm put on a fucking pedestal. So, yeah, when I had gone last year, because last year I was there for 6 weeks. This time just went, I was only there for a month when I come back. But last year I was there for 6 weeks, and I was like, okay, this is where I'm meant to be right now. So I finished off teaching the school year last year, and then I'm just making the move. I'm making the move. So
you're living out there on your own?
Something like that.
Yes, okay.
Something like that. But yeah, like pretty much.
Are you one of those influencers where the guys just call you out to fly you out and stuff?
Put some respect on my fucking name. First of all, if I was one of those influencers, I wouldn't be here right now. And second of all, don't ever call me an influencer. Lady. I have influence, but I'm not influencer. I'm not like these little girls that will be doing extremely. What? Yeah, understand that there's levels to this. Yeah, I'm not like you.
Lady, you're scaring.
Not trying to be like you. Do you get it?
You're scaring my camera guy.
Do you get it? No, but it's like, don't call me an influencer. I fucking hate that word.
You're okay. Yeah. I found out the other day that a personality is different to an influencer.
Yeah, and I'm not an influencer.
And I was
so
naive.
Take that shit back.
Okay, well, what's the difference?
Let's see the difference.
Yeah.
First of all. All right, cool. So
101.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, the reason why I don't like being called an influencer.
But you're influencing.
No, I'm not.
What about the girls who look up to you and say, do you know what? I want to do what Amanda does. She has influenced me to.
I've got a question. You, because I'm not familiar with you. You have like,
Good.
Instagram, right?
I do.
And you've got a bunch of followers.
I do.
And you get endorsement deals.
I do.
You're an influencer.
No, I'm not.
Why?
So having Instagram and getting a bunch of deals and getting, what was the last thing you said?
You have a bunch of followers which lead to
Followers and a bunch of means you have influencer. So is J-Lo an influencer? Is Ronaldo an influencer?
Yes, he is.
No, it's not.
Yes, he's
Exactly.
the
So why you
influencers.
don't? Oh my God, we gonna fight. Listen,
He was a footballer before.
I'm not
gonna
an
fight someone.
influencer. Okay,
Specs and swinging.
I am someone in the real life before I am someone online.
100%. But
And-
someone is a person and then they work in Tesco's. Like,
No. An influencer is the swipe up to shop gal that have no personality at all and are just talking for the sake of talking and are just paying for the sake of being paying. I'm not like that. You have me online. Do I talk?
No, you don't.
You can't go on my Instagram and figure out the type of personality that I have because I don't talk. Like, I'm not one of these, oh, so guys, like, that's not my bag. I post and I go. All of my captions, and you can vouch for me, is giving Shakespeare. Like, all of my captions have some sort of purpose. Like, I'm not these gal. Like, I don't want to be like these gal that are like, and by all means, you man, do your thing. Big up your thing, sure, gang. But like, I'm just not, I don't want to be a part of that. I feel like, what are you teaching the kid? Like, what are you teaching the people them? Like, what are you adding to them?
Really influencing? That's
Yeah,
what
what are
is
you
it?
doing? If it's
But I
just
think-
outfit inspo, I'm
okay,
so
okay.
sorry.
I think it's more broad than
We have
that.
Pinterest.
A 15-year-old girl might be like, do you know what? I really like what Amanda's doing.
And trust me, I've had 15-year-old girls DMing me, Amanda, how do I get followers? I'll be like, you better be asking me how to start a business. Don't ask me how to get followers. Don't ask me how to get followers. Jesus had 12 followers and still managed to change the world. Don't come and talk. No one should come and talk to me about followers. Like, I'm coming from a hacked account and I got Christianity faith. So if you're coming and you're asking me, Amanda, how do I get followers? I'm going to tell you Jesus had 12 and still managed to change the world. So let's talk about it. Drops mic. Boom. Okay.
No.
Oh, you influence.
Like, what are you influencing? What,
It's
like,
DJ Angela. Here's your bag with the Breakfast Club.
like, let's really talk about it. Like, what are you influencing? Like, what are you influencing? Too many people love throwing this influencer word around. Like, what are you influencing, B? If it's just, oh, swipe up to get this tap, you're a dummy. And the thing is, yeah, you influencers, listen to me and listen to me clearly, yeah? If you know you have the influence, I beg you do something about it. You have little girls looking up to you. Do something about it. Use that. Monetize that, yeah? You could even start events. Start an event. You want to be an influencer? Purpose, baby. That's how you're remembered. That's how you're remembered. All of this swipe up to shop. You can die tomorrow. You think we're going to give a fuck? You think we're going to remember? We're not going to remember. We're only going to remember those who lived life in purpose. Take it from me. I lost 2 friends and one of them was an influencer. But the reason why people are still talking about Nicole today is because she lived life in purpose. She wasn't just... No, she showed you more about life. She showed you, yo, like, you can really be happy in this thing we call life. So please, don't call me an influencer. I have influence, but I ain't no influencer. And that's on that.
Amanda Shaw.
No, that's on that.
Amanda Shaw.
You lot are...
Amanda. Alright, this is where the intro
Thank you.
This is where the intro begins. Many ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amanda Shaw.
Yes, let them know. You know the vibes. Listen, this podcast ain't called Last of the Real for no reason.
Yo!
Just got
Last of the Real.
Oh, that's a buzz.
Listen.
Alright, Dave, watch out. Don't say that Jesus bar. That Jesus bar was
No,
hard.
but it's true though.
Jesus got 12 followers and still changing the world.
Yeah.
Yo!
2 of them.
Central C and they better
Listen,
calm
you
down.
heard it here first. No, it's true though. Like,
Central C's gonna claim that.
that's why I try my hardest to, like, with these platforms that I come up on, like, I'm gonna give you an insight.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of these, cause do you know what it is? I feel like I hear a lot of people say,
after that, them bars.
Yeah.
no, I hear a lot of people say, oh yeah, I met this influencer, she's so rude. Oh, I met this influencer, oh, she's a bit stuck up. Have you not heard that before? Or you've been in rooms where you look at people, oh, that's an influencer, and you're like, right, they're not nice. Because they have nothing to give. You're just pretty for no reason. You should be going back to getting called an Instagram model. Because that's what they used to get called until this influencer word. Remember when I was talking about my come up? They was like, oh yeah, that's like that model of Insta. That's what you should be called, an Insta model. You ain't no fucking influencer, Ak. What are you doing? You're influencer, but your caption is, you thought I was feeling you. Fuck off. Now, immediately. Get out. Now.
Evacuate the area.
Right now. 999. Immediately. It's too short for people to be calling themselves influencer. And what are you doing? What are you doing? I get it.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
a lot of people
aside from like all the hype and all the joke that we just did, but look, you're absolutely like, I agree.
I'm being honest.
And number two, it's like, you're not, the followers that you have, you're not really using it to benefit the up and coming talent. One, two, you're not really.
Exactly.
With those amount of followers, you could actually be having a change.
Right.
Fam, what's his name? Grams, when he came on the podcast, he said the same. He's like, I don't understand. It's like a girl with 300k followers, like, she could actually be changing the world in some way or another.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you doing with that influence?
Yeah.
Monetize it.
But but aside from like them having a business and having an income, it's like you could.
But that's the least you can do. If you're gonna be an influencer for no reason, start a business then. Like I've seen people do it. Like vendors are everywhere. Start lashes, start hair, do something. But by you just sitting on your ass and knowing that, like, and I feel very like passionate about this because again, like I have a teaching background and I had my youths like, oh miss, do you know beach not beach Corvette, what was the other one that they just kept doing? I ain't never been with a baddie. And I'm just like, do you want me to slap you, bruv? And the thing is, it's like, with us, remember, you got to think about it like this.
Is this
like,
your child?
No, seriously, but that's all they care about.
Yeah, 100.
So it's like, you know.
It's not it. It's not
What are you doing? What are you doing? Because again, like, we come from a place where our social media growing up was what? Pixo, Bebo, BBM. Light-hearted things. Now these youths can go online and literally have access to Kim Kardashian. So all of these big breast, big bum, BBL. But you don't see people are dying every day because of BBL. Like, it's just... It's crazy. It's crazy. And people say, yeah, mummy makeover.
Amanda very well said. Amanda very well said.
The Kardashians got their like BBLs and shit
taken out, yeah.
So do you think that the beauty standard is going
back to what it like natural? Because
is the beauty standard going back to what it is? Or what it was.
I don't know what the beauty standard was in the first place.
Well,
Like,
I don't know. Let me put this statement. I had a girl on the podcast and she said when Kim K left Kanye, all of a sudden all their bodies started shrinking. All of a sudden. Because apparently the black community, because they like their women to have like big bums and big breasts. So when Kim K left Kanye, all of a sudden, all their boobs and bums just started shrinking.
Yeah.
Was it that?
But yeah, I mean, I guess, but like, can we not put the Kardashians on that type of pedestal? And you got to remember, North just turned 10, which means Kim and Kanye have been fucking since
bastard
100 million years. It was so long ago. So yeah, like, because remember, who's Kanye's ex before Kim? Was in Amber Rose. Amber Rose had the big boobs and the big bum and stuff like that. So yeah, and they like black boys. It's only really Kendall that likes white boys, and that's why she ain't never had nothing done. Even the mum is fucking a black guy at this point.
There you go.
So it's like
that's that rock, the drummer, right, from Blink-182. Travis, was it Travis?
Travis, yeah.
Travis Barker.
But again, yeah. So with Courtney, it's Courtney, the older one.
Courtney,
So like, she's always like white boys. So she's never really had her body done. It was literally only Kim, Kylie, and what's the other one? Chloe.
Yeah.
And then now obviously the mum, because the mum was getting walked out by OJ. We know OJ's your daddy. Chloe, stop playing.
Oh shit!
Stop playing.
Go! Let's go!
Stop playing. She likes to get walked out. How is she?
The other
like
hand didn't
70?
need a glove.
No, but how was Christiana literally nearly 70? You know, man is literally like. Anyway, money is money, innit?
Money is money. Money is money.
I know she's getting her fanny nipped and tucked, no wrinkles. Yeah, like you got money, fam. All of that excess skin when the lips start doing, you just.
Have you seen The Simpsons when Homer like stretches over his skin back and then he adds the clip on the back?
The
and
back.
it becomes like, that's what it is. That's what they're doing.
Nah, yeah, them man are just. That's what I mean. Like everyone's human, man. And I just feel like just live your life. If you're watching this, look into my eyes. Live your life, and live your life for you. Okay, stop watching what next man are doing. Stop watching what next gal are doing. Cause guess what? Salvation is personal. When you die, you think you're dying with Kim K. You think you're dying with Insta. You think you're dying with your mum even. Nah, ack. All by yourself. You're gonna be all by. Like, ack. Live life for yourself. Whatever makes you happy. If you want to go gym, go gym. Yeah. But don't go gym for the aesthetics. Go gym so you don't need a walking stick when you're 90 years old and you don't need help going up the steps when you're 75. Not for the big bum and big bum. That shit's gonna come.
Amanda
so I'm saying, you said last to the real. I'm trying to read the realness.
Amanda, really well said, man.
Listen.
Really well said.
Let's just be honest. Let's just be real.
Amanda for me.
Guys, I'm just trying to be honest, man. Literally, like, this is me with complete transparency. I wish I could come here and be like, oh yeah, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
More
Just
people need a mindset like that.
But it's like, nah, fam. Like, wake up call.
a bit more of a happy topic. I really want to know what Coachella's like. I've never been.
It's fucking lit.
Is it the American version of Glastonbury? Or is it their wireless? What's their wireless?
Okay,
is,
so one thing about
That's
Coachella, number one, yeah, it's very overwhelming, and I don't think it's something that you can do 100% sober. Even if you have a little fucking Red Bull and vodka, like once every, it's not something, because everyone is fast. Remember, it's in California, a state where weed is legal. Everyone is buzzing. And I don't know if you've ever been to a dance where like everyone's drunk and you're the only sober one. Every little thing pisses you off. Yeah. It's like that. It's not something that you could do sober. Yeah. It's too overwhelming. Like, it's really, really big. You'll get randoms.
I want to know the difference in terms of crowd, because the London crowd, whenever they go to a festival, is fucking
They're
lit.
overdoing it. Yeah, no, we don't.
What is it like in Coachella? Because you got Travis Scott headlining Wireless in July. That's gonna go off.
Nobody should be dying.
I gotta go. I have to go.
Hey.
What? Playboy Carti on Friday. I gotta go.
God damn.
I'm a big.
You should try and get the pod. You should try and do backstage with the pod.
Last time I went Wireless, they didn't allow cameras. Actually, cameras got confiscated, believe it or not. But
yeah,
they get
press.
You think I've not tried? I'm telling you, Amanda.
Who's your connect?
There is no. I'm a one man. We're a one man band, Amanda. Look how far. Look, I'll work rate. I'm gonna humble myself.
Yeah, but haven't
work
you got
rate
any like radio connects?
Nothing.
I don't know. Do you know Rebecca Judd?
Nah.
You don't know Rebecca Judd?
Do you know what it is with me, Amanda? I just do stuff. I just do. Whenever, like you, for instance, yeah, like I heard about you, amazing. I'm like, cool, let me get on as a guest. That is it. It's like nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, I feel you.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, and like the numbers are numbers. Yeah. I'm doing it for the journey, and I'm doing it because I love it.
Yeah.
But when people are like, do this and do that, it's like
that's the best way. That's the best way. Keep doing it like that.
And then when people are like, I may go do this, it's like, bro, where?
This is how you're literally gonna be like a DJ Khaled. Keep doing it.
Because I look like him.
No.
Actually, I get that a lot.
I don't even know what he looks like.
It looks like me, apparently.
I can't even remember. Like, I don't know what it is. When I don't see someone's face for too long, I forget what they look like. Am I the only one? I'm like, what do you look like again? But yeah, overall, Coachella's really fun. I went to Revolve Festival as well, which was like, I think it was better for me. It was a better experience. I saw Coi Leray perform. I fucking love Coi. I wanted to literally lick her. I wanted to lick her
actually growing with me as well.
Ice Spice. I saw Ice Spice as well.
God.
I saw Ice Spice live. Her body.
She's coming to Wireless as well. I think
Ice Spice is a vibe.
I ain't gonna lie to you, when Ice Spice comes to Wireless, I think more men are gonna be at the front stage than the women.
Ice Spice has bangers though. That nigga. No, she's got bangers. And even now with what's that? The one with Nicki. He has bangers, yeah. Princess. And The Boy's a Liar. She has summer bangers. Yeah, she said, so what am I now, two-way wonder? When I saw that, I was like, yeah, girl, you gotta let them know. Shit. You got to let them know. But yeah, Coachella's really fun. Like yeah, by all means go. But like I've met people that like went once and was like, yeah, definitely not for me. So it just does depend. But if you're someone that you like festivals, you like, and you like networking as well, because you will make best friends at that place. It's just that type of place. Like California is very like.
There was a time where I looked at America. The only place I've been to America is New York, and when I was there, I'm like, these are really living the life. Because the way
in
America,
New York.
No, listen. No, hear me out. Amanda, hear me out. America, the way
Bottom of the barrel.
No,
sorry, East Coasters, but like you man are just terrible. Let's be real. New York.
I don't know America that well. I don't know America that well. But it's like the way they look at Londoners. It's like they're looking at us like we're living life. But I'm looking at them like
they look at
you
us,
lot are living the life.
They look at us like we're living life because they're naive as fuck and they just think that everyone talks like this and drinks tea and crumpets and hello dear, oh cheerio.
Yeah.
That's what they think. They're like, oh my god. I'm just like, bruv. Like, and even if I'm like, yo, can I get a bottle of water? They're like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Could you please repeat that?
Could you talk English? And I'm just like, what language are you speaking? They're like, English. And I'm like, where did English come from? England. So fuck out of here. But yeah, I mean, pull up, man. I'll be there next year.
Oh, we need to go Coachella, but Rolling Loud is more of my scene because of the lineup.
Yeah, Rolling Loud is lit. Coachella's not like.
Well, this is what Wireless understood the assignment. Wireless looked at Rolling Loud and said, "We're gonna imitate that lineup."
Yeah,
and it's exactly the same this year.
Yeah,
exactly the same. Travis, Playboy Carti. I don't know about Drake, man. That guy just rocks up whenever the fuck he wants. He just rocks up in his fucking jumbo jet plane. But look at the plane.
I mean, is Jay Hustle a lineup?
He might even do a surprise visit. And he's not even on the line. I have not seen him on the lineup. But he might do. Oh, here we go. He might do a little surprise guest with Drake.
That's what I'm saying. And then Drake pulls up because that's exactly what Drake did for us. Like when Drake, because I went to go see when he did like the free shows at the fucking O2. Jay Huss pulled up and we was like,
yeah. He came fresh out of prison.
Yeah, and then
fresh
he
out of
disappeared
prison,
again.
straight to O2 Arena. Yeah. That, bro, that's like magical.
Yeah, but Drake is a gem. Sorry, I said that bit too.
But I like to see. I'm just.
She said like she just came back from his yard.
Oh my god, no, but he's actually a gem, bro. I'm like, it's so funny, but I love it for us. Yeah. I love it for the UK, but I know Drake is an excited little girl. Like when he listens to like. Even with like they trying to send for me, emergency, enemy. I know he was giddy as fuck recording that verse for Dave. Like he's a gem, but it works in our favor because it obviously exposes us to the whole fucking world. But like I know
I'm
he
just
worships
happy to see that Jay Huss is bringing up and coming talent like that.
He literally worships us.
You said up and coming. I was like, what underground person he plugs in?
Yeah, Drake. Yeah, Drake. He's plugging Drake. He's finally giving him a shot.
Yeah, Drake is like, I don't know.
Drake just does concerts.
Oh my god.
That was a £5 concert, by the way.
Do you remember that song with Chris Brown and Section Boys? Whipping. No, don't.
Yeah.
Banger.
Oh,
I dream about that song. Yeah, you need to play it. Whip it.
Yo.
No. What is it? I know it's Chris Brown and Section Boys. That's when I thought, Section had gone clear, and then they come back and they call themselves Broke Boys. What was it? Broke Boys. Oh shit!
She's gonna have the whole South London.
Definitely Smoke Boys. Sorry, we love you, Section, but where you at?
They might have retired.
It's the weed. Don't say they were retired. Weed retired them. Come on, man.
Weed retired.
Come on. What? I literally, how many times have I said you are who you surround yourself with? Yeah. If you're around a man them that are danking and are lazy with their dank, it's a long day.
Yeah, 100%.
Kiss your career good riddance, because you man ain't doing shit. You man are going studio to smoke.
I want to try these glasses that you got me, Amanda.
Yes, sir.
They
So
are clean.
I have an eyewear line. This is the brand that I started when I was depressed. And I'm so sorry. Next time I know I could. No, I'm sorry. I'm literally sorry. Blame him though.
Oh.
And I didn't even know you was going Tenerife.
I want some rimless.
I got you.
I've definitely got
you.
side hose after
Promise.
these. I've got side hose.
Huh?
After wearing these, I've got side hose.
Now you're peng. Are you done?
You
One
What?
club.
Does that actually suit me?
Yeah, you're
Swear
a
down.
peng, cuz.
Why are you crazy?
Are
What are
you
you mad?
dumb, cuz? No, you look nice.
Let me see them.
You look nice, love.
These are nice.
I'm so sorry, Specs.
Don't be, because you're gonna give me some.
No, I didn't. Oh, it's saved. No, but still, I'm sorry. He said, yeah. I'm sorry.
I've been
Are
looking
you
for rimless
crazy?
Oh,
They do suit you.
they really suit you. So I have them in brown. I have them in black. I have them in clear.
I'm literally going to pick up some prescribed sunglasses today.
Yeah. So my mum has the clear ones of those, and she brought them to her opticians. And
Yeah.
I got you. I'm sorry. I didn't know you was here. Otherwise, I would have bought yourself a cheeky little. So, what would you like to ask me? Come on, Visions gang. Don't piss him off.
Are you crazy?
And look, I didn't even know you was a gold
listen,
baby.
listen.
Is that necklace gold?
With the chain.
See?
Listen, I'm me. And that's all that matters.
Come on.
I
You're
recorded
too
that as well.
I love that. Oh, you're too fake.
Tag me now, share that. Tag your company as well.
No, this is amazing. So, what do you need to ask me? Have a baby by me, baby be a millionaire. Ask me about my love life. Joke. Don't ask
Oh my god, how was it with 90s baby?
Oh, that was fun. I love them, man. Honestly, they are literally like a breath of fresh air. Such a good energy.
I've been
group.
talking to VP. He's been wanting to come on here.
Yeah, man.
man.
Like VP is amazing, man. And one thing I like about them man love laughing. They're just always laughing.
Yeah,
And you know you could
bit
be
of me.
depressed, but if you're around Fred, VP, Temmie, there's no dull moment. I was literally so honoured when they asked me to come on the show. Yeah, I was nervous. I can't lie, because I had only just known Fred. I didn't really know VP or Temmie before I recorded.
Yeah.
But they just made me feel so welcome. And they're just like big bros, innit? So yeah, big up the 90s baby show, gang.
Shout out to them, man. Did you know growing up, you know how when parents were like, oh, what's it called? They're like, oh, you can't have a little sleepover at their house. Were your parents ever like that?
Parent? No.
Sorry, parent, yeah.
My mum is she's extremely westernized.
So she would just let you?
Like ridiculously westernized. So my mum was the manager of Hilton Hotel for about 18 years.
Swear.
Before.
Sorry. The discounts.
Yeah, like.
Mine just went.
Yeah. So
blowing
like,
backs
so
in first class hotels. Are you
Nah,
crazy?
you're bad.
Sorry.
But like growing up, but it was during like literally like me and my older brother growing up. So like growing up, our Christmases, birthdays, Easters, everything was always in a hotel. So when I say she's westernized, like she literally would be leaving us with nanny, and the nanny's white, and we're like, "Hi, Julie." So yeah, she wasn't like, like she was never that person. And also like moments where I would just rebel against her, and I'll just be like, "You can't control me."
Yeah.
I've always been that rebel child.
I don't want a daughter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm scared
But
of
the thing
having
is,
a
it's
daughter,
only
man.
because I think because I'm the only girl and I have brothers, I'm just rough around the edges. So with like piercings, for example, like I remember like when I got my tongue pierced, I was 15, and I come home with it. My mum was like, "What's in your mouth?" No, she didn't know I was getting it, but she saw it when I got it done.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Why are you getting this?" I said, "Because everyone is having sex, and I want to do something, but I'm not gonna have sex." So I got piercings, and that's why I got a full sleeve and stuff like that. Because
if my daughter says, "Yo, let me get,"
I was like, bruv, like all of these.
But how are you supposed to believe her? What if she's chatting shit?
Oh well, then that's it.
Well, I mean, it kind of showed at that age because I was a tomboy. I was a tomboy growing up. Like I was like physically as well. I have no boobs, so like growing up, I was very like. As I got a full sleeve. This is my style. Like it's not slim, skin out. Like I tried to look a bit cute today because I know I'm on camera. But like my day to day, I really be in a baggy tee, shorts, my boogs. Like even when I go out, I'm in trainers. Like I always say, heels is equivalent to designer trainers. If I pull up in tape and Balenciaga, fuck off. You're not telling me nothing, bro. I'm not wearing.
Do you feel insecure though? Or is it just like you're past that now?
Insecure about what?
Just like, how you're saying, like, like, you feel a bit like, I know growing up as a tomboy, but
definitely
saying got no
not.
boobs and stuff, but still,
I don't feel insecure at all.
Yeah, you don't.
Because I know
you come
who I
across as
am.
very confident, man.
I'm not. It's not even like confidence. It's just like when you know who you are, you know where you're coming from, you know where you're going. If you want to call it confidence, if you want to call it cocky, call it whatever you want to call it. I'm just me. I just want to be.
I'm me.
That's it. I'm me. That's it. Like, but no, like I wouldn't. I don't say. I don't want to say I have an insecurity. I feel like the only insecurity that I had growing up was hyperpigmentation, and then I invested in myself and I ain't got none no more. So now I just feel like I'm immaculate. Have you ever been heartbroken?
Yeah, of course.
Why are you saying of course?
Because I've been in a relationship and it has ended. So of course.
But why are you saying like, of course I've been heartbroken? Like,
Well, yeah, because the relationship ended. Like, of course I'm gonna be heartbroken. Why wouldn't it be? How can you be?
okay, so do you want her back? Do you want her back?
Do I want her back? Nah.
That didn't sound convincing.
I like the idea of having her back, but I would not have her back.
Can I just say something about? Because I don't really like talking about love and relationships and that because I'm bored. But I just feel like good ones are running out.
100%.
or there's none left.
I feel like that, but I feel like that was my
You got to
previous
double
one.
back. If you got a good one, listen, man, if you fumbled a good one that you know is a good one that really held you down, you better go collect her because the only things that are left are these city girls.
But what if
that
you really
expect
fucked up?
Birkin bag on first date.
But what if you really fucked up? What if the man really fucked up?
Well, then you just have to have a hand, wish. Wait until it's raining.
Yeah.
Get some roses. I have one request, humans, please. Cherish the ones that actually cherish you in their real life and stop letting pride and ego ruin good things. Because people would actually be good people, but their pride and their ego just make them wicked, fam. If you know you've done someone dirty, take accountability, and it shows more strength in taking accountability than it is to act like, listen, a wise woman once said, nobody's perfect, I gotta work it. Like, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, especially if you're like under 35. Brother, like, you have to make mistakes because that's how you learn, that's how you grow. Like, no one's gonna get life correct the first time, the second time, even the third time. Like, trial and error. That's what life is about. So when it comes to relationships, if you know that you've actually found a good one, a real one, yeah, humble yourself. Just humble yourself, man. Because I've seen enough people like just let go of good things and then like, you think you're gonna do better than that? You're not gonna do better. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Once you've had the best, you can't do better. I'm so sorry. Like, this is just the reality. You can find someone that is not going to be as onto you or whatever, but if you found someone that nurtures you, and this is for girls too, because there's a lot of girls out here, they're focused on the wrong shit. You're focused on the materialistic shit. Like, but do y'all pray together? Do y'all build one another? Like, what are you doing? Like, is he feeding? If you found a man that actually feeds into you and cares about your well-being, is trying to put you on. It could be something small as trying to sort out your credit score. That's real love, you know. Credit is really important, fam. So if you found a man that, but then he's not taking you this and he's not taking you that, and he's like, babe, come off the internet. This is actually what I want to leave this pod with, is come off the internet. Everybody's lying. Everybody's broken. Everybody is literally going broke, trying to look rich. Like,
it's always the girls
everyone
on the
is.
show,
No, but it's true though. Everyone's lying.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Everyone's lying. Everyone is acting like they're happy when everyone's broken and needs healing. Like, it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be broken. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have these days. But always trying to hard body. Listen, you're not Johnny Bravo. Calm down. Relax your body. Relax.
You're too tense.
You're too tense. All tensed up and that. Like, I'm seeing your veins pop out your neck and that. You know? People just.
Why did your previous relationship end?
Have you ever been heartbroken?
I have. I want to say twice.
Yeah.
Double homicide.
Yeah.
Double homicide, triple homicide.
Yo. That video.
Yeah, so the first time was, so I had my first relationship at 16 to 19, very intense. It was what I thought love was at the time. It was what I thought heartbreak was at the time. If you're asking 27-year-old Amanda right now, was that a heartbreak? It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't a heartbreak.
I've been there.
It's just, again, what I thought love was at the time, and it just young, dumb, whatever it was. But the most recent situation that I felt heartbroken from was the thing that I briefly explained to you in the car. I was basically on and off with someone for a long time. Like, we met when I was 21. Kids, but I met him at 21 and he was 26 at the time, and it was like an instant connection. And do you know what's crazy? I met him in LA. So that was like maybe another reason why subconsciously I thought this has to be my person.
You met him in LA, but was he American? Was he?
No, he's from here.
He's from here. Okay.
Yeah. He's from East London. At the time, yeah. Well, now he's 31 or something, and I'm 27, innit? But I met him when I was 21.
Can I ask you something quickly? Do you regret being with him then? Because at the age of 20, and he was, you were like, but the age gap did not matter to you.
I've never dated my age mates. I intimidate them.
God, damn.
I can't, like, I would just be like, man,
what man never come up to me like, oh.
No, but
I'm
it's
feeling
like,
some ominous presence come from this woman.
Man think they could just like, first of all, I'm not materialistic. That's one thing about me. So you can't do it. Remember, I come from being fatherless, so it's like, what are we really doing? Like what? And I've got brothers. Remember, my best friend that passed away was a guy. Like, I'm around a lot of bros. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like, I'm not materialistic. And then when they deep, oh shit, I actually need to have some sort of substance. It don't work because they ain't got none. It's me with the substance. It's me that's always like, you know, like, oh, what you doing? Da-da-da. And it's like, I'm not raising no fucking man. Fuck that. I ain't raising a man. But to answer your questions, no, I have no regrets. I don't have no regrets in life, apart from one. Yeah, there's one regret that I have.
What's that?
That I let go of a friendship that was actually good for me, and I just let go of it.
Why did you let go of it?
I can't talk about it. It's triggering. But like, I miss you, Joy. I miss you. But yeah, I was friends with someone called Joy from primary school, and long story short, I fumbled her. I done her dirty.
No, but experience, you live and you learn.
But I communicated. I reached out to her like last year,
and what did she say?
Or like this year, I DM'd her and I was like, I can't lie, like, and especially after like having friends and realizing how fucking shit they are, I was just like, bro, like, I actually had a good friend, and I fumbled her. But yeah, that's probably like my only regret. But yeah, no, I don't have a regret with my last relationship. He actually taught me a lot. Like, even with little things like, just like little things, because he does like real estate and stuff.
Yeah.
So like with like on the paper stuff, because I come from a performing arts background. I come from a very gimmicky background. Like I don't know like going back to what I said right at the beginning, life is about perspective, you know.
Let's
I
round
feel
it up.
like
Let's-
I feel like, you know, the things that I go through is either for character development or is to teach others. One day, by God's grace, I'll have a daughter, and she's never gonna get beat up because I got beat up. And if you think about it, there's certain things that your grandparents did and your parents didn't have to do. Certain things that your parents did that you won't have to do. And it's going to keep being like that, you know? So one thing I can say, like, big up my mum, she did the best job, or she did what she could, you know? But again, I come from not having a father, and I always say, like, a girl's first love is her dad. And then if she doesn't have that, then it's a bit, you just don't really know, because your dad is who sets that standard of this is how you're meant to get loved. This is how you're meant to receive love. This is how, do you know what I mean? But I never got that. And my mum didn't really speak about the relationship she had with her dad because it's just her trauma. And I don't want to trigger it. Like, it's sad. I don't want to be sad. So, you know, I just feel like I went through that. And then, you know, there's certain people like my little brother's best friend, for example. We grew up with her. She's 21, and that's literally like my little sister. There's so many things that Bean to will never go through because I went through them, and I've got a little protege, and I'm like, yo, sis, listen, if a guy says this more time, they just want this. You get me? Don't think, you know, just because you're bubbly and that people just want you for your bubbliness. No, you're a pretty girl as well, and they're probably gonna want that Benz Punani too. So you need to, you know, because I think I was a bit naive. Because I'm just so used to like, remember my first music video was Mr. Easy. I'm on set with all of these like big people, and them man were like, yeah, little sis. So I felt safe, you know, not knowing that, you know, people have ulterior motives. So it's fine. I don't feel like I'd go through something that I wouldn't be able to handle. I don't feel like life works like that. Like if, you know, trials and tribulations are getting thrown at me, it's because they're meant to.
Before we wrap, I just want to say everything you've said, well said. Moving forward, I know life is just about the journey. I know it sounds corny and all, but I know sometimes when people have a set plan and, you know, when you get there and you achieve it, sometimes then it might not be what you want it to be. But it might be hard to say for now. But moving forward now, from now until what in life, what are the next steps for you? It could be mindset, it
the
could be
next
work,
steps
it could be
for me.
What is it that you need to welcome for yourself, and what is it?
I was gonna say, okay, so one thing that I'm definitely gonna still be present and enjoying my life. You know, as a creative, especially not only as a creative, as anyone that wants to be successful, and you're under 30, you tend to put this stupid pressure on yourself. And you're like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. But I walk with faith in it. I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I'm here today, is because I'm like, yo, alright, cool. Like, God, you saw this day before I did. So it's like, you know, perspective, man. Like, just take every day as it comes, and yeah, like, just remember, a bad day doesn't mean a bad life, and it's normal to have bad days. Like, stop thinking that, oh, like, everything's meant to be perfect. No. And like, as a fellow business owner as well, this is for all my entrepreneurs. If you have a business, please, your business does not have an expiry date. Stop putting pressure on yourself, please. I'm telling you. For perspective, Coke, the Coca-Cola that you see everywhere today, only sold 3 bottles in their first year. Coke.
Swear down.
3 bottles. It's a fact.
Whoa.
3 bottles in their first year. Now, years and years later, multi-million, like, bruv, Santa Claus be dropping the Cokes off to you. But just, but it's just a perspective. Just for perspective, like, cut yourself some slack. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but pat yourself on the shoulder, man.
They made Santa Claus red.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Santa Claus used to be green.
Green, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I have heard.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, pat yourself on the back. You're doing what you can. But remember, a dream without a plan is just a wish. You can have a dream.
Germs in there. Yes.
It's true though, because I hear a lot of people saying, I want to do this and I want
Hold
to do
on.
that.
Rewind that.
So for those who missed it, I just said a dream without a plan is just a wish. You can have your dream, but make sure you're also working towards it. The reason why you see so many people like reaping what they sow is because they sowed their seed. You get me? So, you know.
Amanda, thank you so much for coming on.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
I had so much fun. I need to come back.
Yeah, but that's what everyone says.
Well, I gotta come back for Skeptic.
How good is Last of the Real? Do you know? I'm not even gonna humble myself.
Yeah, no. Big up Last of the Real. Let me tell you something about Last of the Real. Yeah. Listen, big up Amir. One time, you lot need to actually wake up and jump on the boat, or you finna drown. Jump on the boat. This is where the realness are. Forget about the numbers. Forget about the numbers. It's purpose. Purpose over popularity. It's very simple. Because we are the ones that you're going to see. Like, when in 30 years, we're really going to see who was working and who was just chatting shit.
Yeah.
We're really going to see. You get me? All of us, we're still young. London's a small fucking place. You get me? So just make sure whatever you're doing, there's a purpose to it. Don't be doing shit in vain. Ain't finna last.
That's music to my ears, man. Thank you so much, Amanda.
No problem.
I appreciate you so much. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Wait. Before we go.
Go on.
I'm me.
I got that from my boy Lish. Shout out to Lish.
Challenge.
I'm done.
Because we both achieved something. He was like, Amir, I'm me.
I'm gonna start saying that. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't I win? Like, I'm me.
Yeah.
What? Look at me, like, I'm me.
It's giving Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
I win, you lose. But no, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you, and keep going. Honestly, I know there's gonna be days where you feel like, oh, this is long. I'm not getting the numbers. I'm not good. But listen, fuck that. You just keep doing what you need to do.
It means a lot, honestly.
You keep doing what. There's a reason why I come here and not the other thing, fam. I was telling him, like, there was a couple podcasts that I was invited to, and I'm just like, why?
Bombastic side.
Bombastic. Like, why? Like, why? Why do you want me? Like, Last of the Real, man, and it's like, I really took that shit seriously. I was like, alright, cool. Like, this ain't no gimmicky thing. Obviously, the reason why you started it is because you want real shit being spat on here, innit? So, it's a pleasure.
I appreciate you. Right, outro. Amanda Char, thank you so much.
It's been amazing. Thank you for having me.
Socials, tell them your social. Where can they find
At
you?
Amanda Char, X with a C. You don't spell Char with a SH, guys. But yeah, love you guys. And yeah, if you support me, love you. If you don't support me, love you even more. And God bless.
Listen, she's her.
She's her. Listen. I'm me. Do you actually get it? One of one.
Tell them.
Gang. No, Amir, you're the GOAT.
I appreciate you.
Keep
Thank you
going.
so much. It means a lot.
Gang.
You've been listening to the Last of the Real podcast. Catch all the episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube.